So now that we have finished our IPN, let's have a look at our clients area. So first of all, we need to create the login link in a header of our application, then obviously log out if the client is already logged in, display his name as well, and perhaps my orders link to redirect him to the page which displays basically all his purchases. To do this, let's open our template folder, open our header, and we can close the browser. Let's scroll down a little bit, and after our H5 tag inside of the header in div, let's start with the opening PHP tag and then closing after. We're going to start with if login is logged, and we need to pass login front key. Basically, we're checking if the client is logged in. Then we're going to display something else. We're going to display echo div id logged as a href equals / page equals login. Then login, closing a tag and closing div tag. So now if we save it, we should see this already in our header. So if we save this header, go back to application and refresh, you can see we don't see actually anything here because we are currently logging. We obviously don't have logout function yet, so we would have to clear the cache. But once I clear the cache, obviously all my logins to the sandbox and to the database will also expire. So I'm going to leave it for now. We'll have a look at it later on. But let's continue with our header here. So otherwise, if obviously the client is logged in, we're going to echo and in between a single quotes div id logged as, and we're going to display log in as colon and then space. Actually, okay, let's start with a strong tag here. So basically the name is going to be displayed in bold, and then echo login get full name front, and we're going to pass one parameter session get session, and a parameter for the session will be login underscore front. Okay, so we have this get full name method which we haven't got inside of our login class yet, and then after this we echo closing strong tag and then space vertical line, then href, and we have / page equals orders double quotes and my orders, closing a tag. Then let's close this one, echo. I'm going to scroll up a little bit so you can see things better. Then space, vertical line again, and we have another a tag, href. This time it will be / page equals logout, and we're closing a tag, logout, closing a, closing div, and single quote and semicolon right at the end. Okay, so we have our two links plus the message you are logged in as. Now let's copy the name of the method, open our login class. So classes folder, login.php. Let's scroll right to the bottom, and after our string to hash method, we're going to create a new one and call it public static get full name front, and we have just id, which by default will be null. Okay, if is an empty id, object user equals new user class, then user equals object user, get user id as parameter, and now if is an empty user, we simply return user first name concatenated with space and then user last name and semicolon right at the end. Now this method is done, so we can save the file, go back to our browser, refresh, and hey, we've got some error. Let's have a look at the page source. Where does it stop? It stops actually where it should display the name. So if we go back, we've got public static. Okay, we didn't type in function. Again, I'm rushing a little bit. So if we save file now, refresh, you can see we've got you are logged in as Sebastian Soliński, which was assigned to my login. My orders, if I click on this, we obviously don't have this page yet. If I click on logout, this page doesn't exist either. So obviously these two simply display error. So let's move to the next section and create our My Orders page.